Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream, woohoo! Today I will be streaming group 4 from the third day of the first qualifier for the EU server, and basically today's going to be fun because the one that places first place in their group is actually going to be the one that is through to the round robins. So there we go, I accepted the room invite and now you can go into my garage. And basically, just a little bit of house cleaning. There are no rewards for watching the stream. Your reward is seeing some epic gameplay. There's a 3-minute delay on the stream, which means that that's also why I'm not going into the room just yet. Because once the timer comes below 3 minutes, then I know that by the time the battle starts, you will only then see the lineup. And the battle will be over on stream by then, so to speak. So that's why I'm not doing that. We're just waiting for a little bit at the moment, and yeah, should be fun. And let's actually just have a look at the groups that we've got tonight. We're on to the third stage. We've got the fourth group, so this is our group. We got Aqua, Imo, Hapki, and yeah, rejects. I don't want to call them that. I think I'm just gonna call them RJ. For obvious reasons. So yeah, now we're just going to have to wait until the timer draws, but the other groups basically all the groups look fantastic. And the thing is that because of the way that this tournament is working, it basically means that with the top one going through to the round robins to the top 16, it also means that basically theoretically qualifiers 2 and 3 should be a little bit easier, because 4 teams will have already qualified then for the other one without the pressure of the 4th qualifier, because EU has 4 qualifiers. So yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see, and I can't wait, honestly. Basically days like this, I love tours. I love when it becomes tight and just tense and everything, and that's kind of like what you get on days like this. This is sort of like an idea for the potential top 16. At the same time, I am still missing some clan tags in the whole list of clans that I've seen participating in day 2 and day 3. So I think that there's going to be people that will be here for the other qualifiers that we don't see yet in this one. So yeah, Hapki versus RJ. We are getting ready for Alpenstadt. And we see RJ taking no less than 5 60 TPs and 2 times 71s. Haven't seen much type usage so far, but they will have plans with that. And on Hapki's side, we see 2 Batchats, 3 IS4s, a T57 Heavy, and a 60 TP. So that's going to be interesting to watch as well. Ooh. Seeing a lot of familiar names, even though Hapki hasn't been in the tour scene as a pro team. That comes out wrong. I don't mean it like that. They're epic players, don't get me wrong, but we haven't seen them in top 8 much. But at the same time, we see Dakudas and Radicals there, and Ego Sihi as well. Those are definitely known names among the pro scenes. So that's going to be fun to watch them play in these teams as well and see how they perform. And on the other side, of course, Bot2B and Flytix are also no name, and Vabon, of course. Vabon used to be in Serenity, and the reason that's very easy to see is because the bzz bzz in his name. That's something that Serenity does. 1 minute left before we go into the first battle of this evening. Basically, the first 2 matchups have set times. And after that, there will be, as soon as the teams are available, we'll get the matches then. So we've got some dead time between the first and the second matchup. But after that, it should go smooth sailing, basically. And of course, it is a double elimination, so you need to lose twice in order to actually get kicked out of the tour. And then, of course, you can come back next qualifier and see if that works out then. So yeah, 20 seconds left to go before we go into the very first game of this evening. Got a few replays to show you in between. to make sure you don't get bored and all. Because I'm not going to play PC, by the way. That's basically, that goes horribly wrong when I do that. And here we go. First game. Every time it jumps me back to the garage like that, I'm always pondering for just a little bit whether or not I forgot to ready up or something like that. We also see, I think, that is a 7-star player that's migrated to the EU server and now playing for RJ. So let's see. RJ focusing entirely on the city side, the bad chats on the other from Hapki going towards base A side. They do spot Flytics. But other than that, Radikos is careful there. And they're gonna know that there's bad chats there. F Kokot moving a little bit forwards. Radikos going up the ramp there. First shots have been fired, no damage has been done yet. Flytics actually falling down there, taking a bit of a nosebleed. And Hapki seems content to push and push quite hard. We have the Batchats now moving in, but also taking hits. Dakidas arriving. Flytix gets taken out first. Ukolova, now the preferred target. Batches. Oh, big hits in Iron Emperor there. That was a massive double tap. He does take out Ukolova though. But next reload he will probably be dead. Bro stop. Hurting a lot now. Getting batchatted. Dakidas wanting to take the shot but also wanted to not get killed. I'm Emperor is still alive as well. But so far, ooh, Hapki has a 2-gun advantage there. See taking a bit of a hit. The 60Ps. 1-2. Oof. Basically, Hapki is just cleaning house here. Radicals keeping bot to B from going anywhere. And now it's only Tonikawa that is left. And he's going to be pretty sure that soon. Dakudas going in for the hug. But it's Radicals that actually gets the kill. And the first game is for RJ. Quite a brutal game. Quite quick game as well. As a streamer, I hope for long drawn out games. Especially in the first matchup to avoid a lot of that time between the first and the second matchup. But honestly, when it's this coordinated and it works this well, you can't actually blame them. That worked really well. So let's see. Hapki now taking out the 113s. And a Steve. It is officially a Streetwagen K, but I'm calling it a Steve because that's easier than saying Streetwagen all the time. But we've got 2 113s, a Steve, 2 IS4s, a Yo, and a 60P for Hapki versus 2 AMX 54s, 3 Steves, an LT, and an AMX 50B for RJ. That's gonna be fun to watch. I always say interesting, but the thing is that they're all interesting matches, and they're all interesting to see. Because with tanks like this, they're relatively mobile lineups. Like, not heavy, so to speak. You don't see E100s, VKs and stuff like that. They're relatively mobile lineups for heavy lineups. And when you've got the Steves, they've got that amazing reload. And if they focus fire and they manage to stay alive and all, that can be absolutely brutal. "20 seconds left to go. And then we'll see the second game. We've got a bunch of streamers streaming today, by the way. Hopefully all the games will be streamed. And of course not all the games will be streamed, because there's not that many streamers for that. But all the groups at least are streamed, so that's going to be fun on its own. I like that there's so much more coverage. And here we go. Into the second game of this best of 5. So no real pressure just yet. Anything can still happen. Also want to point out that Sihi is using an absolutely amazing camouflage that I absolutely love. It was hella expensive though. But it is so pretty. RJ focusing on the town side. Whereas the LT is heading towards the base A side to do some spotty. Pretty much what the bad chats were doing. And that means that Hapki might get called out. At the same time, that is a blind fire. Sihi has been spotted in his amazingly pretty camo. They are blind firing. And F Kokot does take a hit there, but just look at that camo, pretty. Base A has now been taken. And now RJ is starting to cap base C. To not let them get that big an advantage. Foshi is turning around. Probably going to go up the other ramp to have a look there. But right now, Hapki just needs to hold. The thing is now, when you focus all your forces here, that can also be a potential risk. Botterby gets spotted there. So does Foshi. Foshi pushes into town. And now if Dakidos Radicals moving along. But they don't know that yet. Koyol losing a lot of HP there. And a bit more. Oof! That's the end of that. Pretty sure that that is why they pushed into town, to be able to take that kill. Leo. Base C now being stolen. And of course, as a reaction base, A is going to get stolen as well. But Hapki has a gun advantage. That's quite a big point advantage now. And that will get a little bit bigger. And they seem to be going after Ukrainian Leo. Thing is that RJ is really spread out. And they are going after Leo here. Who is using the rocket to try and survive. Foshi losing some HP as well. But there goes Leo. And there goes Foshi. Bot to B now being pushed. And now basically Hapki is in the ditches, but they have a gun advantage, and that is still very valuable. Tonikawa gets taken out. Hapki again going to clean house. Radical's not looking too healthy, gets taken out, but Dakidas is going to take out Bot to B probably. Unless he bounces here, but he doesn't. The corpses are in the way though, he can't really push through. But we got... Bro, stop cry. Oof. F Kokot taking the kill there. And now we just have two Steves that are relatively juicy. They can't really win this one. They might still get a kill, but that's gonna be it. Dakudas probably not going to survive this. There he goes. Ukolova gets taken out first, and now it's just Bro, stop cry. Almost gone. And there he goes. Takes his head off. And the game is for Hapki. Very well played here. Oof. 50B did not get a shot in here. And that is to say, when you see stuff like that, don't think badly of them. You saw with Coil, he was running around the place and just trying to get to safety. He was doing all the spotting that was needed and all of that. But basically, Hapki just anticipated for that. And it's the same with the AMX. Basically, not doing the damage or doing tons of damage doesn't mean as much in the tour game as it would in other game, in like random games. Because even if you were to do no damage, your roll can still be vital. In this case, I think it's more like the AMX 50B just didn't work out for RJ. But yeah, we're getting ready for the third game in this best of 5. That means that Hapki is up for match point here. If they get the next victory, then they are through to the upper bracket. And then RJ is going down to the lower bracket. And then we would have a lot of time to kill in between. But we'll see how it goes. So we've got Hapki now ready with a T57 Heavy, 2 Steves, 3 IS4s and a 60p. And on RJ's side we see a 215B, 2 E5s, 2 IS4s and 2 60TPs. And the thing is, there's quite a bit riding on this tonight, because like I said, the winner of this group will actually go through to the round robins, so they don't have to play any of the other qualifiers anymore. And that, I think, is quite a tempting thing. Let's see. Always fun to see the avatars being used places, to be honest. Oh, I do like the customization crates, not gonna lie. It would be nice if we actually loaded in. That always is a bit slow if we haven't been on the map before. And here we go. Hellas used to have a camera bug where you wouldn't be able to raise yourself into the sky. So we call it load mower cam, because you could only like go over the ground. Which was quite funny, not gonna lie. So we have Hapki focusing entirely on the A side, whereas RJ is a bit more spread out. The IS4's going into the ditch. And base A is not being capped yet. It probably will be. But Hapkis is going very aggressively into the base. And El Nopen is deciding that he does not really want to be there, because those are some big hits to take. And he is very hurt right now. And as a result, they're now just pushing. They're now just going straight in. And that's going to be very... Oh, that shot missed though! Ukolova not getting that shot in might be absolutely vital here with getting the Steves to survive. Dakudas pushing straight on in. Hapki getting a bit in each other's way, but they take out Ukolova. Snitch is not going to be long for this world either, especially after he gets set on fire. That's just mean. See, he has been taken out as well on the other side though. No Pen is still alive. Bro, Stop Cry takes him out. Tonikawa steadily losing HP here. And they want to take out F. Kokot. Ukrainian Leo gets taken out. Hapki is basically the focus fire, and it's just sort of like YOLO. Just works too well for them. Tonikawa is not gonna survive the next reload. Dakudas might get taken out as well. Flytix is holding securely, but it is 3 versus 4. Oof, that shot missing though is also important. Flytix is now being set upon. Koyo is going after Foshi. And actually I'm Emperor is keeping him from shooting him. Now they need to decide who to shoot. They want Bro Stop Cry. And they have to be careful. Like, at some point they have to choose a target. And that might have given them the upper hand here. That might be a mistake from Bro Stop Cry. Big risk. And he gets taken out. And now it's IS4 versus IS4. And we know that an IS4 will win. Radikos has the upper hand in HP by about 2 shots. And he has the high ground. Never forget the high ground thing. But it will be a lot of bounces. They will be using Premo and everything here. Neither of them are actually shooting. The thing is though, Hapki has a base. So it's up to Coil to make this happen. The Radicals can just survive. Oh, and they both bend that one. And just look at this though. That is a good pen. And they're not making it easy on each other. The thing is, Radicals does not need to take the chance. That's the thing. And Coil can hardly go back to base A to cap it. But he doesn't have that much time left. This is... oh, battle of the skills, to be honest. One more reload and Coil will be gone. Because he's not gonna... oh, that bounce though! That bounce though! Oh my god! These are the battles you do it for, basically. But there he goes. Radicals carries it home. Turns around. Beautifully done. Very well played here. Very close game though. And I think the 60 DPs being called out as they did, they seem to be like the ace in the hole for RJ, but it didn't work out that way, and Hapki just made it work there. Fantastic, well done. See, these are the kind of games, I absolutely love them, but at the same time though, this matchup was over way too quickly for me. So the rest will still be going. I'm not even going to look at that yet. I'm going to start some replays. But I believe that the next game actually starts in about half an hour. Don't think my 3 replays are going to cut it there. Let's see. Oh god. No, it's actually, it is 3rd stage. What? What's this then? That's not weird at all. That's like 2nd stage. Okay. But yeah, at 49. So yeah, just over half an hour. Let's have a look at the replays that I've got for you. I showed one yesterday, but hey. I'm going to start by showing that again actually. Let's see. Because you barely had time to actually watch it at the time. Because Room Invite was up straight after. Let's see. Game in the LT and the Vickers. And actually, like, I know the result of this, but I did not think that this would end well. Like, I go to the same places that they are going right now. There we go. In the meantime, I'm just gonna take... Oh, do you ever have one of those fizzy drinks? Like, I'm a big fan of fizzy drinks. I like 7-Ups especially. But, like, sometimes... I currently have Fanta Exotic, which is just a very weird flavor, but I love it. Muerto's losing a lot of HP there. But he's also quite overextending a little bit. And I love PC Zoom. That's basically the only thing that I would like about PC. I can't play PC to save my life though. That's an issue. Type really wants him. And he's like, nope, not here. Not here at all. But then he misses him, and that allows him a chance to escape. Oh, that still missed him as well. I didn't notice that the first time I saw this. Cheeky shot there. Don't think that went in though. Muertos gets taken out. Let's see. I think he's just waiting to get unspotted here. That did not go in. That went in miraculously. Still surprised at how that happened. Low roll though. But there goes the type. Oh, another Yege hit. Now he's on 48 HP. That is not a lot. Shooting the bridge. I always hate it when that happens. Like, it's great if a shot goes in, and if you're the Death Star in this case, you would absolutely love that. But at the same time, when it happens to you and you need your shot to go in, it's really annoying. Yege is starting to come over. Oh, sorry, it's not the Yege, it's the E100. Yege is dead. So now it's just the E100 and the Death Star somewhere. A little bit too hasty there. But this is where a light tank becomes very strong, because he's like nicely behind the bush here. The E100 is waiting there. He does break the track. But he's not getting spotted for these shots. And like the E100 should know where he is. But this is the basically, if you are light and you're using a bush effectively, this can work out so well for you. So now he's just nicely farming. And killing the E100, and then he gets spotted for that one. So now he's just hugging the rock, not wanting to get killed by the Death Star, because none of them are looking particularly healthy here. Death Star's not too happy either. Thing is, we're not sure where he is right now. And that's where he used to be. Thing is, at some point I'm just gonna... I've got 3 replays right now. If you want me to show off your replay on stream, then basically I've got a Discord server, join it. I've got a tournament replays channel. And that's where you should post it, and I'll show it off on stream. Like right now, it's fine because there's only a little bit of that time in between matches. But once the round robins begin, there's a lot more. See, he should easily have this. It's always still, like... It always feels very much at risk with the Death Star. But he did get it in. And that's a beautiful kill and a lovely game. Let's see. Nice little carry here. 1554 base XP. And let's see, like I said, I've got 2 more replays for you. I'm gonna start with... I'm gonna assume it's a good one. It's a TVP from Special Aid. This is a tank like, I know it's very OP. I don't like it that much. I don't hate it. I just don't like it that much. There's these other tanks that I like more. Let's see. I always like going into the factory here. Not to spectate tours, mind you. But I would just go straight into the base and cap it, and then move on to the other base and cap that as well, and just add the pressure. I get what he's doing though. I think he's hoping to catch the campers unawares and then get shots in without getting spotted himself. I think that's why he's going to go to the bush here before shooting the Death Star. But he did get spotted for it. So now he's running around again. Both teams have a base, but they've already lost 2 players, so that's a big risk. Because I don't think their team is going to hold that much longer there. This is also a thing that a lot of people forget, but like as soon as you can freely reload your clip, you have to relocate anyway, then it's better to reload your clip than to wait to shoot that last shell. It's 4 versus 6, that's not really going to work in their favor, but they are all together. That was very needed. Excellent tracking shot there. Perfect. Not so perfect, I lost another teammate. There goes Spaghetti. Would be great if they can clip that T62A. There we go. Now he has 1 teammate left though. And that's he's not gonna live long. There he goes. See, this is why I would have kept those 2 bases. Because that at this point that would help add some pressure, and then it would draw people to certain positions, and that should make it easier to turn the battle into your hand. But I am a supremacy nut. I play supremacy only. I'm really curious if he's going to manage to carry this though. Would be epic if he could. I think he's hoping for them to drive into base C maybe? There's one. But he's not actually going for... I mean, he has been spotted. They know that he's there. He knows where 3 of them are. So he knows where all of them are. That's the one he's been waiting for, I think. So now he just has to try and survive. Versus a light and a med that can easily chase him down. And he might be able to clip one, to be honest, I'm not sure. Oh, nice bounce on his bum. But they have 2 bases. That's an issue. He would need to get his whole clip in. And safely. Oh my god, he ran out of ammo. So he has to reload his clip. Oh my god. Ooh. I would be premoing at this stage. God, that's intense. Oh my god, he made what a game. That's insane, oh my god. Absolutely nuts. Fantastic. But holy crap, what a game. Look at that carry though. Holy hell. It's very much deserved. What a game. So let's see what the other groups are up to now. Like I said, it is a double elimination, so there's not much like it doesn't mean that anyone is out just yet. And even like if you lose this qualifier, you can join the next qualifier and try again. So Pink and Raider in the upper bracket, Zenith and Ikra, Serenity and Appa. Ooh, are they still going? No, Aqua 1. It's not actually Aqua, it's Aqua. So yeah, we're going to be seeing Hapki versus Aqua. I'm probably going to pronounce that Aqua way too often, and I do apologize for that already. So yeah, we've got still a little bit of time left. Like I said, I've got 3 replays, so I've got one more for you. And that's one of my own, and it's not a particularly amazing game actually, it worked. Kind of like that. This is one of my favorite tanks though. Absolutely love this thing. As you can see, it's I think it's one of 3 tanks that I've got at rank 50. Maybe one of 2. No, actually, I've got Spaghetti 65 at rank 50 as well. And the Fury. Because why not? Overall, I don't really tend to rank up much because it's fairly useless. You do get nice camos though. But it just costs too much. I don't mind the credits, got plenty of those. But I really dislike the amount of free XP it eats to rank up a tank when you want to get the badges. It's too much. So let's see. He's shooting me as well, and I was like, eh. But he only shot me once. I still don't understand why. He's not going to be long for this world that way. There goes the AMX. He actually bounced my shot. I did not agree with that. And then I got shot as well, and I was like, why? So at this stage, I really just want to reload my shells before I move in. Toby hasn't got much HP left though, but we've got a friend and another friend that are moving in. And I actually needed to kill Mets. So it's like, that's unfair. And he actually gets another shot in. And I do actually get the kill at least. So I was glad with that. See, this isn't a particularly great game so far. And I just want him to stay put. And then he starts driving again and he shoot again. See, now there's only 3 reds left and reward base A. I don't want to be like in their face too much. I still have no idea how I got away with this. So those shots will go in, and then I should switch to Premo to make sure that it pans, and then it doesn't pan. It's like, that's not fair. But there he goes. And this is also, this was basically a no guts, no glory move. I really just wanted to farm some more damage. And I had the HP to take at least a hit there. So I just decided to go for it and get that kill. And then I kind of wanted to kill him too, to get a Radley. But he's gone before I reach that. So this is basically casual spaghetti game. It wasn't that special, to be fair. I think it's more ace because I kept the base. And I just basically just got to farm. But it was a nice little carry all the same. How many supremacy points did I get anyway? That's not even that much. That's a low that's a low ace spot, to be fair. But yeah, that was one on my own, and now we just have about 10-ish, no, not 10, 7 minutes left before the room is up. So we're just going to wait here and just have a look here. Jokes versus Quick is going to be interesting as well. Because those matches are already going. They basically start straight away. And then you get the upper bracket, and then after that it's like straight on. I watched them yesterday. They're Busy versus Unlucky. Whack Me versus U3 BPA is also happening right now. See, these games will not be over just yet. And Immol, of course, versus RJ. In a way, I do really like the way that this plays out, like quite literally, with only a set time for the first and second matches, and then after that no waiting time, because from a streamer's perspective I never like that, because it just takes so long before you actually get more matches. And when it's like this, you immediately get more gameplay, and that's basically what people are here for. So let's see. Now we just need to wait. Not sure what to do, to be honest. We can look at this. This event started today. I haven't actually played today, so there is that. But you can get stuff for victories, and then you can get the Super Hellcat for free, basically. And it's not that great a tank, but it's not awful either. It can be quite fun, and free tank is free, so basically don't bash it for that, at least. And other than that, we've got this, which is basically in order. You need to win a regular battle in the Super Hellcat. And then, let's see. Then you need to kill people, and you get like a... Ooh, that's a pretty camo. I do like that. Kind of look like curtains in a way. And it's animated, I want it. So yeah, and then you get another one. And then you get a Hellcat background. Oh god, every good name is taken. So needs this. And then you get another one. And then you get an animated avatar. A carnival one. I like that. I need to start playing on my main account and get those orders done. Like, this is my press account. This is obviously not mine. I mean, I use it to stream and I use it to make tank reviews and stuff. But I don't really play on it. It's also the reason that I use it to stream is mainly because people cannot send it messages or friend requests and stuff. And that basically means that it's nice and quiet. You don't get all the invite spam and stuff like that. So I always like streaming with this because it's just more quiet, let's say. Plus with the tank, with the clan tag, it does look official because this is Wargaming's PR, public relation clan. And that's basically the only place where press accounts are meant to be. So yeah. Now we just wait. In the meantime, I keep getting notifications from my Windows, which is not really something I'm happy with, but hey. So let's see, what else have we got? We've got this, which is not something I'm a fan of, because I prefer crates, because then at least you get what you get tokens generally, and those work towards the tank. Well, you get rolls like this. Obviously not going to do them because I'm not allowed to gamble on a press account in public. I mean, I could do it after the stream and then not share the results, but that would be useless. I have to tank anyway. But basically, just the drop rates are so low and it's just no. Yes, there's a chance that you get the tank and all, but I'm not a fan of these kind of roll things. I prefer crates over this, and even crates are bad, okay? Because gambling, basically. And on the other side we've got these bundles here. I like it's called Battle Hardened, but the only Battle Hardened is, I believe, the legendary camo for the IS-7. So like I said, we're just waiting here. Room invite should be up in a few minutes. It doesn't actually say time left anymore. But it started at 49, so that's 44. That's when the room invite will be up. So that's 2 minutes from now for me, and you hear that 3 minutes later. So yeah, okay, let's look at the store then. I like these. If you're a collector person like me, and there's a bunch of avatars that you want, then you like these crates as well. There's only a few left that I actually still need on my main account. I might have gambled a little bit. And there's some pretty camos there and everything. And I just... basically, there's so many cute avatars. The reason that I'm now using the duck one, this one, is because a dear friend of mine, he passed away in December. And his name was Howard the Duck in game. And so basically in my clan we've all been using duck avatars, and we're now slowly changing it. But I think I'm still gonna keep it on this account, just basically to honor him. Because ducks was sort of like his thing, also because of the name Howard the Duck, which is like a Marvel character and all, but it's sort of like a nod to him, like you tip your hat, so to speak, you know? So yeah, now we're just waiting. Room invite, there we go. And then this is basically the thing. I don't want to miss room invite because chances are I will be one of the first ones there. And that means I can ready up and exit so that I won't miss the battle if something happens or my game crashes or whatever. But at least I will also not see people already choosing their lineups. Because that's why we use the delay on the stream. And I like streaming with 3 minutes delay because it allows for a little bit more interaction. It's a little less heavier on the system than 5 minutes is. That being said though, chat is really quiet today, which is absolutely fine, don't get me wrong. But yeah, we use 3 minutes delay, which means just we need to wait out the first few minutes here. And after that we can go into the room and look at where we're going and who we're meeting and what tanks they're choosing and all of that. And we got some nice music playing in the background. I'm still looking for like a proper playlist that can work while I'm streaming. That means that though, I think this works because it's sort of upbeat, has a little bit of a beat in it, and it's not really classical, it's sort of like generic music. So I think it works best. And as you can hear, I'm just basically just babbling the time away, because I'm not really saying anything of interest. But yeah. 15 seconds left and then we're going to go into the room, and then 3 minutes left before we see the next battle. And after that we've got the lower bracket finals, and after that we've got the the grand finals basically for today. And that will determine which group, which team is through to the top 16. And there we go. Hapki still missing some people. Aqua already completely there. Oh, some familiar names there as well. We see Zerd and General and Ghosty and Anda and Svinograd. See, this is basically, we've got this this role on the big server. I'm moderator there. And we've got this role there, which is tournament player, and people need to have 500 tour battles on their account for that. And it's so stupid because you have a player like Svinograd, who's like a renowned player, has been to offlines and everything, and I cannot give him the role because on the account that he needs to verify with, he doesn't have 500 tour battles. And that's because this account got transferred to the new RU game. And this is basically sort of like a reroll on the EU server, and it does not have enough battles yet. And it's just, it's stupid. It is rules, and basically it's a bit of bureaucracy and everything. It's the only thing we can go by to verify that he is indeed who he's saying he is, because otherwise, basically the reason Wargaming wants us to verify people is that to make sure that they are who they say they are. Because basically, one of you could go tomorrow, yes, I'm Amanet85, and basically we use the in-game verification system just to make sure that they are indeed who they say they are. So if you were to say that you're me, and you cannot send them a message in-game to prove that you're me, then we know that you're not me, so to speak. And it's the same with this. But it is a bit frustrating too, and these are sort of like the innocent victims of that bureaucracy. One minute left to go. And we have Aqua ready with 2 AMX 54s, 2 Steves, 2 IS4s, and a 60B. And on the other side we see a T57 Heavy, 3 IS4s, a Steve, and 2 E5s. A lot less E5s today than we saw yesterday, to be honest. And it's to be honest, I kind of like the current meta. I mean, it's very heavy orientated, but at the same time, there's a lot of different tanks being used. And in that way, it seems a bit more, well, I wouldn't say versatile, but it's a little bit more different. 17 seconds left before we go into the first game of this best of 5. Hapki versus Aqua. And let's see. Also, I do apologize for any names that I pronounce wrong. I speak English, and I speak Dutch and a little bit of German, and I have a relatively good auditive thing, so when I hear how something is pronounced, I can repeat it, so to speak. But when I see combination of letters, I can very easily say it exactly wrong, so I do apologize for that. So let's have a look. And the funny thing is that I've been streaming tours since 2016. I know most of these players. I have met several of these players at offlines. And I know that a bunch of these players have actually played together before. Hapki holding in town. Aqua going straight for the cap. Sticking together. with just the AMX 54s holding a bit further in town. B is being taken, and we've got basically these kind of like the way that they're positioning are all in ways that they can immediately pull back. Foshi decides to not want to use the building there to avoid getting shot. And there has been spotted. I can't really give you the... Ooh, they assumed someone else was there. It is a bit tricky to spectate on this map. Emperor and Shihi have been spotted. First damage has been done, and they're getting a shot in. And now we have A about to be capped. But the rest is more or less lying in wait. And you can see now the AMXs are moving. And we have Aqua potentially falling for the trap that is being set here. Dakudas being set upon. All of Aqua coming together. And we have Steve coming from base A. Dakudas is not going to survive this. Ooh, there you go. He actually gets rammed to death by Daniel there. And Hapki might be in trouble. Ghosty. Foshi has been taken out. Ghosty is very low, gets taken out. But at the same time, Aqua is making sure that they are not going to let anyone get away here. Zerd taking hits, but I Am Emperor gets taken out first. And now we have poor Radicals surrounded by 6 Hapki tanks. Sorry, 6 Aqua tanks. He does take out Zerd, but he's not going to be long for this world. And then we have El Nopen that is arriving. And now we have Ego being surrounded as well, and El Nopen arriving, but it's not going to be enough, and they're actually focusing on Nopen, which makes sense because it's a lot juicy. He actually gets set on fire, poor guy. And now it's just Ego. And Aqua has the first game in a very brutal focus fire here. Look at this. Poor guy. Takes his head off in the end. And that was fun to watch though, to be honest, because I thought that might have backfired, because I thought that Hapki was laying more a trap than they actually turned out to be, or those two AMX 54s of Zerd and General arrived there and weren't expected to come from that direction. That might have been it too. Very well played by Aqua here. One and a half minute left. And now we have Ander going into a VK72. But General and Zerd sticking to the AMX 54s. We see 2 Steves, an IS-4 and an LT. And for Hapki we see a T57 Heavy, 2 E5s, 2 60Ps and 2 IS-4s. Will be interesting to see what they do with that. I kind of expect Siminator to run around, maybe cap base A early on, or go for an early B cap. But we'll see. New Bay is one of the maps that, like, in a way I like it, and at the same time I don't. I don't mind playing on it, but a lot is depending on where your team goes and if your team sticks together, and that's the thing, they generally do not. So let's see. Here we go. It is a best of 5, so no real pressure just yet. Anything can still happen. Tesla gun there. I like Wargaming's job with the both the attachment and the camos that they've been doing. I love the boss camo, it's so awesome. I really hope that we get more boss mode crates there, because I really want to get more camos. I will freely admit to actually gambling there for stuff that I like to pimp my tanks. And let's see. We have Svinograd indeed heading for the base A side. But so is El Nopan in the 60p. That's might be interesting. No, he's not going for base A. Svinograd looking to see if anyone is coming that way. But doesn't spot anyone, so he might actually be free to go for the base. Hapki not going for a base at all. Ghosty spotting Ego as he goes into the base, and now we immediately look at this. It's a trap. They are really gunning for him, and that might be a little bit too slow for Aqua to react. They are oof, Zerd and Ghosty losing a lot of HP there. F-Kokot is the first one gone though, but Ghosty is not going to be long for this world either. Gets taken out. I am Emperor. The next preferred target actually gets rammed by the VK. They don't really want to waste a shot on him. It's actually General that takes him out. Big hit there into the E5. And he's finished off as well. Zerd gets taken out. Aqua still has a gun advantage. Not anymore though. We have the LT that is currently still being ignored. Radicals reloading, might not be able, does not get it to take another shot. And Svinograd is being ignored here. Well, now he's getting shot at. But basically, Old School is keeping himself safe. And that is very well done, because Foshi is not going to survive this. Svinograd gets shot at. Now Dakidas is going after Old School. And he does take him out. But he just does not have the HP for this. And that focus fire, General actually looking the other way. But he's been blocking El Nopan the whole time here. And that's making all the difference as well. That's team play. When you do stuff like that, and you basically, even if you will not be able to get all the shots in yourself, by being difficult and making it hard for the other team to get together, that's equally important. So those blocking movements are actually a fantastic piece of work. So there we go. Best of 5. Match point up for Aqua if they win the next game. And I think new map might offer some opportunities for Hapki as well, because they just seem to not really have an answer. They were trying, you could see them trying different things and trying what Aqua did the first game, and it was a little bit closer, but still the way that Aqua is focusing on the targets and keeping their own tanks alive while using the cover, that was fantastic. With Old School just using those blocks, and then General making sure that basically this the 60p could not get there. That's a brilliant move. 54 seconds left to go for Winter Malinovka. And we see Hapki now grabbing an LT, 2 Steves, 3 IS4s and an IS7. Versus an LT, 2 Steves, 2 60ps, a Super Conqueror and IS7. Very different lineups. Gonna be fun to see what they do with that. "25 seconds left to go. Oh, I got a new tattoo last week, and it's it's so itchy right now. It's driving me mad. 10 seconds left, and then we go into the potential match point for Aqua. If they win this, they are through to grand finals for tonight, and one step closer to qualifying. But none of these groups are easy, and I like that. We saw Hapki earlier today, and then, well, earlier in this this stream, and they were fantastic. That it just was awesome to watch. Then you had Aqua, and is just basically trying to find an answer to them. We've got the lights heading towards one another. Probably not going to spot each other, but probably going to shoot at each other anyway. And he's there just to see who is there. And he manages to not get spotted for that. That is a good move. And lucky as well, to be honest. Now a lot of people are spotted. Base B has been kept. Base A is being kept. Hapki is bleeding a little bit. They've not gone for base C. But that might change soon. No, actually he's waiting there. Doesn't want to cross over in the wide open space there, which I can fully understand. And Daniel taking a bit of a hit. And we have Hapki pushing towards Ender. Which is a risk on its own, because look at the line of fire that is behind there. And actually Aqua is focusing on the Steves. Trusting these guys to hold. General takes a hit, but Old School's almost there already. And Hapki is pushing in. But there's a lot of tanks there. That's a lot of farming happening. Dakuda's not looking too healthy. And they're in the IS-7, proving to be a tough pickle. Daniel going to take out Dakuda's. No, he actually bounces. It is Vinograd that takes him out. And now we have Foshi being farmed. Old School has been taken out. But it's caused them a lot. Oof, El Nopang actually gets set on fire there. That's unfair. F-Kokot arriving, wanted to take out Ender. Almost gets rammed, gets... Oof, Zerd taking the kill there. I am Emperor. Getting murdered. And already we see GG's here. Radicals. And Ego, the last one's there. But Radicals, there's a lot of guns coming up behind him. General does get taken out. But there goes Radicals. And Ego Chihi is the last one here. And I think it's safe to say he's not going to survive this. And at this stage he salutes and drives off into the sunset. Or at least that's what he would do if Daniel didn't shoot him and kill him. Very well played here. Well done by Aqua. And it's kind of like Hapki is a bit too aggressive. Come on. There we go. Hapki is being a bit too aggressive here. And in the way that they go for a move without... It seems to be without knowing the full layout of Aqua in this case. Because they move in, and then either Aqua is dug in properly, or there's basically serious support fire. And that makes it very difficult to deal with, but there's also Aqua's strengths. Or rather, I actually wanted to speak Dutch there. Liever gezegd is basically said like, as I should say, or as I'd rather say, kind of like that. But yeah, Zerd's strength is being a fantastic caller. There probably will be more callers in that team, but Zerd is very reactive in the way that he calls and very intuitive, and that's brought him so far in a lot of seasons. It's always been fantastic to watch. And that's basically... Love that all over again, because that's the kind of gameplay that I love watching. I love seeing that basically trying to outthink each other. In this case, that really worked out. So yeah, half a minute left to go. Then we can see who Hapki is up against next. And then whoever wins this matchup has to go against Aqua again. And whoever wins that it's through to the top 16. So let's see. A few seconds left before we can go into the room. Here we go. It's RJ, so Imo is actually knocked out for tonight. And of course, being knocked out now doesn't mean you can't try again, because next qualifier you can try this all again. And in a way, I would always advise to try all qualifiers, even if you know that technically speaking the first one will be the hardest, because all the teams are technically still there. But at the same time, it's the best training that you can get. Like, you can scrim versus other teams and other clans. But they're also going to be trying their tactics. So even though you might win by a landslide, you might be telling them a lot more about their tactics and how to perfect it. So yeah. Hapki now ready with 2 LTs, 3 IS4s, an E5 and a 215B for Port Bay. And RJ is taking 2 AMX-50Bs. Not 2 AMX-50Bs, 2 AMX-54s. 2 Steves, potentially 2 TVPs, and a Chieftain MK6. That's gotta be interesting if they choose that. Don't see that very often. But they still have just under 2 minutes left to ready up, so that's plenty of time. That game in the TVP by Special 8 was just insane though. And that kind of just basically OP players can do really OP things in good tanks, even in bad tanks, but it's easier in good tanks. Let's see. We see tanks being chased now. Nope, 2 AMX-54s, 1 TVB, 2 Street Wagons in E6 and an E5. And they've got time left to change their minds and do whatever. Yesterday there was a little bit of a mishap with one streamer not going out of the training room to wait until drop below 3 minutes. And of course that's always the risk of being streamed, because we're only human, we make mistakes too. I remember that the first the first 2 seasons that I actually streamed was back in 2016, and I was explaining things with the minimap on, and then I forgot to take the minimap off. There's a lot less chance of that happening these days because I actually have like a second monitor, and I've got my streaming program on that, so I can actually see what's happening that way. And that's definitely very, very helpful. So let's see, here we go. Onto Port Bay. Again, one of those maps that I don't really mind it, but at the same time I don't really like it either. Kind of depends on what I'm driving and what my team is doing. Let's see. Paintball camo behind the AMX Double E5, also one of the loveliest camos in the game, in my opinion. I love the colourful camos. So much more fun. And basically, I'm not here for the game to be realistic. I'm here because I just like the whole colourful things. I like blowing stuff off. I like the tactical side of the game. Coil not going for the river. Probably going for... He does not get up by himself. Nope. That did not go as planned. And he's actually losing HP to the LTs. That is tricky though. Well played. Hapki moving into positions. Has to be careful to not get farmed here. Oh, Foshi in trouble. Losing a lot of HP very, very quickly here. And Hapki basically has no choice but to just go in. But that's also tricky because Foshi is almost gone and he actually gets taken out first. And we have the LTs arriving, but they were a bit far away here. And that could be the downfall for... Oof. There goes Snitch. El Nopen in trouble now as well. Dakidas losing quite a bit of HP. And they want those LTs. Oof, no, they're actually going for El Nopen first. But Dakidas barely has any HP left. And we have... Bro, stop cry. Oof, taking out Dakidas there. And now Emperor gets taken out. Radicals is set on fire, poor guy. Fishy Silhouettes. And Bro, stop cry, taking him out. And now it's just Ego and F Kokot. And F Kokot is gone by Tony Kawa. And Ego does get another shot on, but then takes his head off. And that's the first game up and over very quickly and in favor of RJ here. Very brutal, very quick. And it's sort of like, I think Foshi getting foam like that actually not quite literally cost him the game, but it forced him to just push, even though they were lacking 2 tanks. They were on the other side of the map, and that's always a big risk. And it could have worked out beautifully, but RJ just basically forced their hands. I think that's mainly because Coil actually got hit there that they responded that way. 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go before we get ready for the second game on Port Bay. And we see the Chinese light making an appearance in F Kokot. We see a Yo, 4 Eyes Force and a 215B. And RJ is taking a Leo, 2 Steves, a 2 121Bs, an E5 and an AMX 54 potentially, depending on what to be. Yeah, he does ready up in it. Oh, no. The light has been changed for a Sheridan. Packs the bigger wallop, but at the same time versus 2 121Bs. Kind of depends on where they want to send him and what they want him to do. But maybe he's going to go up that ramp. That didn't work out for Coil last game. And let's see. And here we go. And basically whoever wins this still has to fight the way past Aqua. And that's gonna be difficult on their own as well. No, not the golden camo. There it is. Tanikawa not letting me down there. And we have the Leo heading into the other direction. Sheridan heading towards the middle of town. Going for a different route to get up there, I think. And he gets up there quite easily. We have the 121Bs going towards the corner. F Kokot immediately losing HP there. And a bit more. He's in a bit of trouble. I'm not sure what Hapki is doing, because they're just basically holding, and it might have been just bait. B is being kept. A is being moved towards. And RJ is just sticking together. Ego decides to not want to be there anymore, which I can fully understand. A has been bypassed and not actually capping it. And Leo in the Leo closes rank with the rest. And now A is being kept. And there's a lot of players here to shoot at Ego. And Hapki is basically, they're forced to retreat more, and I don't think that this is what they planned. RJ is being very aggressive, but at the same time, look at bot to be losing a lot of HP very quickly. But at the same time, Ego is not looking too healthy either. Oh no, he gets taken out as well. Both teams have lost a tank so far. I'm Emperor gets set on fire, lost a lot of HP very, very quickly. We have these three versus these three. I am Emperor gets taken out. And now basically they've got the upper hand here, as in RJ does. Because Tonikawa is still alive right now. And they're trying to get those kill shots in. But basically RJ is not letting them. Radicals and Bro Stop Cry both get taken out. Ukolova. Oof, there goes Dakudas. And this game will be for RJ as well. And I'm not sure what Hapki was doing here. This is definitely not the Hapki we've been seeing the first time that we saw him play. FCOCOT now deciding to come back, but at the same time is not going to work. He will. Oh no, he does not get another hit in. And there he goes. And the second game is for RJ as well. And they just seem caught out a lot. As in, both these games, RJ forced them to play their game, but it's also Hapki let them force them to play their game, rather than playing their own. So very well played by RJ here. So now for Rockfield, we've got Hapki in 2 Sheridans, 2 Ice Falls and 2 Kranwagens. Whereas RJ is still deciding on things. They're up for potential match point. If they win the next game, then they're through to the grand finals versus Aqua. And Hapki has to win 3 in a row for that to happen. And it's kind of like they're being, I don't know the English word. It's not walkover, because it's not like that, but it's sort of like, being waltzed over without expecting it. There's a term for that in Dutch, which I can't think of the English word. But it's like they're not seeing it coming. And then they're sort of like, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, retreat, retreat, and it's not working out. So hopefully they can refine their footing, because they were amazing to watch earlier tonight. And now RJ is ready with a Kranwagen, 3 Steves, a Type 71, an IS-4 and an IS-7. "12 seconds left to go. Potential match point for RJ. They're gotta be feeling pretty good right now after what happened the first time. And let's see. RJ is splitting up their forces a little bit. Whereas we've got the Sheridans going into the middle. And going for the spots. Potentially for the early cap. And some of them are spotted. Coil not making the move to go into the base. No damage has been done yet. Oof, now it has. Fish's silhouette's taking some damage there. And we've got base A now being kept in the IS-7, which can be quite a good time for that. It's going to be difficult for them to reset it, but they are capping base C, and they will cap it a little bit faster. Especially since they actually reset him. That shot not penning is a good one. They have to be careful though, they do need that base. And now we have base B being capped quite aggressively here. Base A has been capped. Base B should be getting capped. And we have the Steves going to run into the ice force here. And they're spotting each other purely on... Oof. Fish's silhouette's not looking too healthy. And now it's armor versus DPM. But they're not shooting this, they're not focusing on the same targets, that's an issue. At the same time we've got a brawl heading over here. Fish's silhouette gets taken out. Ooh, that game derps a little bit. Coil not looking too healthy, gets taken out. Hapki biting back. Tonikawa gets taken out. Ukrainian Leo is being pushed up against. Bro, stop cry. Takes out Foshi, but loses a lot of HP in between. And Ukolova wants to help him, but is going to lose his life in the process there. But not before Bro Stop Cry goes. Big hits into Ukolova there. Repeatedly. And on the next reload he'll be gone. Emperor actually already looking the other way. Leo has been taken out. And now it's just Bot to be. Who gets shot from multiple directions here. It looks like I'm flying very slow, but I'm actually not. I just zoomed in. There we go. Darkadas arriving as well. And they might get a kill. And he does. And Darkadas turns around, but it's actually F-Kokot that arrives and takes that kill. Giving Hapki a victory here. Lovely game. Quite aggressive. But in this case it worked out in Hapki's favour. Hapki finding their footing a little bit now. And going for an LT, 3 Ice Force, 2 E5s and a Sheridan. And RJ is changing the tanks a little bit. I think their main issue last game was more that they were being caught out in different little pockets of players. They were in positions where they couldn't really support one another that much. They're now taking an E5, a Concept 1B, an IS4, 2 Steves, a Type 71 and potentially a 60p, but it's another Type 71. Three Type 71s now. That's gonna be interesting as well, because that thing has been nerfed. And it's also kind of interesting to see the Steve being used this much, because I'm not a fan of pay-to-win tools. And in this case, with the Steve being in the snow globes, yes, there's a chance that you might have gotten it for free, but the chance is very, very low. So that kind of gives like the paying player the upper hand, and we now have 4 Type 71s for RJ. So let's see how they're going to do now after the nerf. But it's good to see Hapki bite back. After the first matchup, I did not expect that to happen. As in, like, those first 2 games were just so not like what we've seen before. RJ heading for the base seaside, with Hapki splitting up. Send Dakidas to the spot place together with the IS Force. We have an LT boost track going on. Not sure it's going to work. Oh, he's almost there. And they will have practiced this. He has actually been spotted, Radikos. Funnily enough, not F-Kokot. But they will know that he's there. And look at them. Tonikawa taking some massive hits there. F-Kokot escaping. But they will know that someone is up there. But all of RJ is together. They just have to be very careful not to push. Because look at those lines of fire. Hapki is... Oh, massive hits here into vicious silhouettes. That is a no guts, no glory kind of move, but I'm not sure it's going to work out for RJ. They are trying to keep vicious silhouettes alive, but it's going to be very difficult for them to do that, and he gets taken out. Radical's not looking too healthy. Bro, stop cry. Losing a lot of HP there. And Radicals gets taken out now as well. But Tonikawa and Bro Stop Move are not the healthiest here. I am Emperor and Unopen take them out. And Hapki is definitely coming back here. And this was not as expected. This is a game that RJ is losing more than Hapki is winning. Hapki responded perfectly here. But the thing is that they just moved in, and yes, that can work out, but in this case they went into the open plane here, and that forced that allowed Hapki to just farm them all. No guts, no glory, but Hapki is back. They were behind 2 points, and they might actually win this matchup now. We're going for the tiebreaker. Fantastic. Hapki, well done. And it's actually... Radical... No? Yeah, I think it was Radicals. That got... Basically, he was pushing F-Kokot up there. And he got spotted. And F-Kokot did not. Wow, what a game. And now it's 2-2. We're going to the tiebreaker. We're going to Normandy. Hapki's got to be happy with that. Like, even if you have to face Aqua after this again, it's gotta feel good to make a comeback like this. They just have to bring it home though. This will be the last game of this matchup, regardless of who wins it. So let's see, Hapki now taking a Sheridan, potentially 4 Ice 4s and 2 E5s. No, they're taking a Steve. And RJ is not quite ready yet either, but there you go. It's a Steve, 3 IS4s, 2 E5s, and a Sheridan for Hapki. We see 3 60 DPs, 2 Steves, an IS4, and potentially a Leo for RJ. Bot to be switching from a 60p to an IS4 now. That is intense though, like honestly, this is awesome. $20 seconds left to go before we go into the last game of this matchup, and then we still have the grand finals to go through. Let's see. Here we go. That's not even what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do. F-Kokot's going into the middle. Plane has crashed down. RJ focusing entirely on the seaside minus the Leo and Bro Stop Cry. Oh, that did not go in, and he does get spotted for that. C and D both being taken. before she gets spotted. Big hit there into him. And we have Hapki potentially going for the trap here. Springing the trap. Bot to be using the rock to survive as long as he can. And he is almost gone. But it, oof, Dakida's losing a lot of HP here. And basically this is a big giant brawl happening straight away. Focus fire not all quite there. HP is being lost quite quickly here. There goes Fish's silhouettes. But there goes I Am Emperor. A lot of low HP. Foshi not looking too healthy. Oof, Ukrainian Leo gets murdered there. Radical's still alive, but Foshi is taken out. Dakida surviving that. That was Coil going for a kill, but not quite getting it. Coil gets taken out. What a brawl, guys. Radicals gets taken out. There goes Tonikawa. It is 4 versus 2. Yukolova. They won those one-shots, but they're keeping themselves alive very well here. And Hapki is taking this game. And I thought that this was going to go exactly the other way with the way that Hapki pushed in this time. Very well done here. Well done, Hapki. What a comeback. And definitely so well played by RJ as well. See, these are kind of things, these are almost like top 8 matches already. And I honestly can't wait for that. I do hope that... Come on, ready up. There you go. I do hope we get more matches like this. This is one of the things that I like about the system, because you do not work with cups. You do not work with just needing to get some place to go through now. Basically, only top 1 gets the main reward for this tour, and that makes it all the more worth it to give it your all. And you see that in matches like this. This was, again, a no guts, no glory, but in this case, they definitely got the glory. Amazing. What a game. Whew. Just over a minute left before we can go and have a look. Let's see, do we have any results yet? So they are still fighting, I think. Yeah, they are still going. Okay. Not gonna be too distracted there by the other groups, but oh my god, though. Fantastic. So now we got Hapki versus Aqua again. And one of these teams is going to be through to the top 16. Basically the round robins that we'll get later. I can't wait. That's going to be awesome as well, because there will be 2 groups there. And I'm not sure how that all is going to work. I do need to read up on that. But I really like this qualifying system. So, for the rest of the tours, I will be streaming the 2nd and 3rd day of the qualifiers for the EU server. And I will be streaming every day for the round robins from the EU server. And for the final stages, whatever Wargaming lets me, because that always depends a bit on what they want to stream themselves and the amount of slots that there are. So, that's also a thing. But we'll see. So now we have Aqua versus Hapki. We're going to Oasis Bombs. And we've got Aqua ready with an IS-4, 2 Kranwagens, 2 Street Wagons, a 60p and an LT. Versus an LT, 3 IS-4s, a Steve and 2 E5s. Just over 2 minutes left to go. These are the grand finals for today. For Group 4. and that will determine who is through to the top 16. Woohoo! And yes, I am repeating myself a lot, but this is sort of so like kind of that time. You don't really have much to talk about aside from what I've already said, so it's filling that time a little bit, so I'm babbling a little bit. But this is honestly, I've loved these games tonight. They've been amazing, and I can't wait to see what happens now. Because if Hapki, they're gonna be elated with the way that they came back, and that's gotta give them a confidence boost for their new matches versus Aqua. At the same time, like I said, Zert's main power is being very intuitive, very reactive. And that's gonna make it very difficult for anyone to beat Aqua. And it's not just him, mind you. But that kind of calling gives a different kind of gameplay. And it makes you less predictable. And that's... I always love watching that. And like the whole team does that together. Because it's also a lot about confidence and faith in each other's skills. But also in the calling and the way that it all works. So this should be a really good matchup here. So let's see. 33 seconds left to go. I'm not sure I'm going to be waiting for all the groups to be finished though. Depends on a bit on when their matches have started for the grand finals, that is. Because on one way I do want to know, but at the same time I don't want to just basically fill the streams with replays you've already seen or just chatter. Just to fill the time until we got results. So we'll see. But first let's see what's going to happen between Aqua and Hapki. Let's see. It would help if we actually loaded in. I always get a little bit impatient at these moments. Not so much for... I want to give the game the time to load in, don't get me wrong. But it's more like, I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens. Kind of thing. I'm just hyped for matches like this. Let's see. We've got Svinograd going into the desert. And it doesn't look like he's going to meet anyone there. Actually, no. Alnopen is in towards that direction. There's some blind firing happening. He's not spotting anyone. But Ghosty and Ender and Daniel have all been spotted. And he's in a tricky position. I always hate being there. And like in a tool, it doesn't hurt as much as it does in randoms. But oh my god, it always annoys me. Svinograd taking the cap there. A also being capped. Let's see. A little bit of a point advantage for Aqua here. And Emperor is slowly backing away. Using the rocks to his advantage. Dakida's relocating. Now only Ghosty is spotted right now. And I'm Emperor as well. Shots are being fired. Ghosty is taking a few hits there. Now I'm Emperor as well. Svinograd has been spotted, as has Alnopen. But for the most part, people are holding. And there's a tiny point advantage. Alnopen losing a little bit of HP there. Tiny point advantage for Aqua here, but it's only slight. HP wise, there's only 2 shots between them. Hapki now Making a move. Fushi. Losing HP for it. And I think Hapki seems to be going for the push. Oof, big hits into Daniel there. People everywhere, shots everywhere. Daniel getting stuck against the building. And they're pulling back a little bit. Ego is not looking too healthy. Gets taken out by Old School here. And now we have Fushi being farmed. Almost gone. And now, oof, Daniel gets absolutely wrecked here. But basically, Fushi gets taken out now. 3 versus 2 over here. And the Strijdwagen is a bit juicy in this case. F. Kokot is arriving. And Ander wants to reload his clip. He's not going to be able to save Old School, who's just been taken out now. F. Kokot is being shot at. Ander is not going to be long for this world. He might be able to get another shot in, but it's not going to be his last there. I am Emperor goes first though. And there goes Ander. It is 4 versus 3. And 2 of them are still a bit away. General is going after F. Kokot. Oh, and he misses that shot though. F. Kokot does get taken out by Zert there. But Ghosty is not going to be survive this battle probably. But that being said, this should still be Aqua's game. Mainly just because of the amount of HP that is left on the tanks of Aqua. Radicals does not get the chance to turn around. Svinograd tracking him, and then General finishes him off. Zerd would like some help here. Amazing. That was a fairly close game, and I think in this case is Hapki being too aggressive again. That cost them this game. They pushed in, not quite knowing where the rest of Aqua was, thinking that they had the upper hand, but because Aqua was using the buildings like that, it cost them too much HP, and in the end, too many tanks in turn. One minute, 14 seconds left to go before we go into the second game of this best of 5. Hapki now getting ready with an LT, 2 IS4s, 2 60TPs, and 2 E5s. And on the other side, we see Svinograd back in the LT. We see 2 E5s, 2 60TPs, and 2 Strijdwagen. So it's basically Strijdwagen versus IS4. The thing is though, the Strijdwagen, the Steve, is a lot more juicy, but at the same time, when they're not the primary target, they can dish it out so nicely. 35 seconds left to go. And let's see. No real passages yet. As before, it is a best of 5. Which means that the team that reaches 3 victories first is going to go through to the top 16. So there's overall pressure, but there's no real pressure just yet for this matchup because basically there's no match point just yet. Let's put it that way. And let's see. That's sort of like my stop phrase. I always say, ooh, that's going to be interesting. And ooh, let's see. But yeah, can't really avoid that. Svino going more for the middle now. Kokot heading for base C. He might be able to get away with capping it early. And that is exactly what he's going to try to do. He does spot people there. I think he might try to see... Oh, hits into Zert there. Shots into Efkokot. Aqua focusing mainly on the seaside. Svino got getting the shot in as well. Efkokot actually now trying to use those buildings that he drove into to stay safe and get unspotted again. But he's been special spotted. C is being kept. Zerd is about to ruin Efkokot's day. Gosi arriving there as well. Zerd managing to not get hit there. No, never mind. He's definitely been hit there. Dakidas and Ego pulling back towards the rest of the team. And Efkokot is just there. Not really able to do much of anything. Except from proxy spotting. Daniel trying to sneak by. And we have Swina. Oof. Daniel might be in trouble here. No, actually maybe not. He's pulling back. And again, Hapki going for sort of hyper-aggressive gameplay here. That's not really worked out for them so far. With the 60Ps pushing in from behind, they're creating a pincer movement here. Foshi not looking too healthy. Zert bouncing that shot somehow. He's probably not going to get another shot in, but he's going to try at least to get one in. Dakidas and Zert both get taken out. A has been kept, B is being kept. Ghosty does not want to be there anymore. Oof. He's in trouble. But not as much as Ego, who's not going to survive another reload here. Ghosty is still alive somehow. Even if it's not going to last much longer. C has been stolen. Efkokot takes the kill, but then gets taken out himself. Ego, oh sorry, El Nopen gets tracked there and gets murdered. General not looking too healthy. Old School taking a lot of damage, gets set on fire as well, which is not going to help him. Radicals low on HP though. Very low on HP now. And he can't really do much of anything. Takes his head off to Old School there. Foshi not looking too healthy either. I'm Emperor almost gone as well. There he goes. And there he goes. And the game is for Aqua. And again, it's basically just Hapki being too aggressive, too forwards. It's kind of like at some point you just go, F it, let's just go. And it's not working out for them. Not versus Aqua, that sort of tactic. It's worked for them before. Versus RJ and everything. But not here. Aqua is just ready for it. And they're making them pay for it. Also just funny to see, by the way, that we've got BPS avatar, we've got Pink avatar, Jones, Legion. They're all using different avatars, of course, like the General Pro avatar as well, but I mean, I find it kind of funny to watch that, mainly because of the fact it shows how many different teams these players have been in, because that's the thing. Every season, basically teams change and you see new combinations coming up, and it's fun to watch, and at the same time, you kind of miss that, like, who's that again? Because I recognize a lot of these names, but at the same time, so many people change their names as well. It's hard to follow up with who's who. But yeah. 38 seconds left to go. We have Hapki now ready with 2 E5s, 4 IS4s, and a Steve versus 1 IS4. 1 Super Conqueror, 2 Steves, a 113, a 215B, and an LT for Hallis. That's a lot of armor versus basically more mobility and potential DPM. It's going to be a lot about the focus fire and whether or not Aqua is going to be into positions to use the DPM without getting massacred for not having the armor, basically. They are up for potential match point though. If they win this game, then they are through to the top 16. And Hapki will have to try another day. And yes, just to reiterate, there is a 3-minute delay on the stream. That is to avoid anyone ever stream sniping and being able to see what the other team is doing. We have Svino heading towards the base C area. And he might be in trouble there because all of Hapki seems to be heading that way. And I'm hoping for Svino that he sees that before he's murdered. And he's deciding, yeah, let's not be here. Shots are being fired. Base B is being taken. Svino really does not want to be there anymore. And Hapki is all there. Shots are being fired. No damage has been done yet. And Zerd is casually just making his way to base A as well, because that might add a lot more pressure as well when you have 2 bases versus 1. Svino managing to he's not lost a single bit of HP for being right there in their faces like that. I Am Emperor has lost a little bit of HP, but not much. Only Daniel has lost a little bit of HP for Aqua. And now they have 2 bases, and as long as they can hold and keep that, then they've got all the advantage. And Daniel is in a bit of a tricky position. You can't really move anywhere from there. Zerd as well. But they're not entirely certain where the rest of Aqua is. And that works in Zerd and Daniel's favor. Oof. Daniel getting set upon right now. And he might be the sacrificial lamb. F. Kokot loses some HP as well, but Daniel is not going to be long for this world. Dakudas gets tracked there. And Daniel is almost gone. Gets taken out. F. Kokot not long for this world though. Gets taken out as well. Radicals now being the one that's focused on. Spinograd going for the base C cap as well. You see, all that sort of stuff adds pressure. And that's why they're doing that. Because even now, if they lose a few tanks, Ghosty not looking too healthy. Neither does Old School. He gets taken out. But El Nopen gets taken out as well. And then I'm Emperor as well. We are at 875 points, and they go up quickly with those 3 bases. As long as Vinograt survives, they should honestly have this. Look at the points going up that quickly though. And there we go. Well done. Aqua gets it on the points. They probably would have gotten it on the kills as well here, judging by the lost HP difference, gun difference and all of that. But that is how you play Supremacy. In this case, you could play it safe and you can secure victory even if you're not entirely certain you're going to win by tanks. Then at least you win on points. So Aqua is through to the top 16. Massive congratulations to you guys. Fantastically played. It's been a joy to watch again. And we've got Hapki on the other side. I hope to see you again because you've been phenomenal tonight as well. It's just, you've been too aggressive several of the games and that costs you the game. But I would like to see more of you, and I definitely would like to see you back in the top 16. So definitely going to be interesting to see the next of the qualifiers as well. Like I said, I'm going to be streaming day 2 and day 3 there. Let's have a quick look to see. Some of them are just still going by the looks of it. Pink versus Raid has only begun 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I'm not waiting for all of that. This is what we've just seen. Let's have a look. That is going on for 15 minutes. That's going to be interesting as well. That's going to be such a great matchup. And of course, we got Team 2, which is Zenith versus Ikra. And here we go. Zenith is through to the top 16 as well. 3-0 even though they lost the first one there. 3-1. Well played. So Zenith and Aqua are through to the top 16. And for the rest, we will have to wait. I'm not going to be waiting for that long to wait for the result there. So I will be back in, well, we have 2 days rest, so in 3 days with the second day for the second qualifier for the EU server. But for now, massive congratulations to both Zenith and Aqua, of course, for making it here. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you in 3 days for the second day for the second qualifier for the EU server. And then we'll see what happens. Thank you all for watching and good night all. Bye bye.